Hi, this is Trudy with Howard Tax Prep LLC, and I wanted to talk to you about the IRS's new option starting in 2024. It's a pilot program, and it's called Direct File. Now, as you know, I've told people many times before that IRS is not your friend. They will make these programs to make you think they're out to help you, and maybe in some ways they may feel that they are trying to help the taxpayers, but I have been on the other end of the spectrum and I've had to help taxpayers get legal money back from the IRS. I had them try to withhold $1,000 from a college student for no reason. And if she didn't have a professional that knew that the IRS did owe her, she would have never been able to get her money. I've seen cases where senior citizens living on a small income were being forced to pay a monthly payment by the IRS, and the agent never told the senior citizen that there was an option for a hardship. I've seen them not tell people that some of their penalties can be, taken away. So I know that the IRS is not out for the consumer. They are a collection agency out to get money for the United States Treasury, and that is what they do. They are not out to save the consumer. However, there are those that will, want to use this program. So I wanted to let you know about the program. So with the IRS Direct File Pilot, what they will be doing in certain states, and these states are Arizona, California, Florida, Massachusetts, Nevada, New Hampshire, New York, South Dakota, Tennessee, Texas, Washington State, and Wyoming. If you live in one of those 12 participating states, you will be able to file your return directly with the IRS. So you won't have to go through TurboTax or H&R Block or one of those softwares that say you can file free if you're under a certain income with the IRS. Now, this will not work for people who like to get their refunds fast. And I won't even say like, in most cases, some people need in advance of their tax refund. So they, may need to go to a preparer that offers an advance if they qualify for the advance. This will not work for truck drivers. They get a 1099. This will not work for landlords. They get a 1099 neck from, let's say, your state or your county. This will not work for Uber, Lyft, anybody in the gig economy, because this pilot program only applies to those who have a W 2 wage income, Social Security income, which most people on Social Security, if they're lower income, they don't have a filing requirement anyway. 1099G if you were unemployed, and 1099 interest if you got interest less than $1,500. Now, if you are a client that, you had stock trades, you were trading crypto, you own a business, you have a rental property, you do Uber or Lyft on the side, you're a real estate agent, something like that, you will not be able to use this pilot program. Okay. Now, also the deductions, if you look here, the types of deductions they're going with are standard deduction. You can take your student loan interest and your educator expense. This will not apply to those who itemize deductions. I have some clients who have some very high property taxes and they still have pretty decent mortgage interest, so they're able to itemize. And the average consumer doesn't know if they're going to itemize or not. Some like to take the child and dependent care credit. Some people have the savers credit. You're lower income, you may have put some money into your 401k or into an IRA. If you got your health insurance through the Affordable Care Act and you have a premium tax credit, there's reconciliation that needs to be done, and this pilot program will not apply for that. So if you only have one W 2, okay, or maybe two, and you don't have any dependents, You don't have any side income that needs to be reported, no investments, no rentals, no, children or anything like that, then, and you live in one of those 12 states, this might be something that you want to try. But for everyone else, this is not an option for you. Now, one thing you do want to do, because when you're choosing a tax preparer, there are so many things that you need to take into consideration because everything on that tax return you are responsible for. So if you go to a tax preparer who is making up fake businesses or lying about money you gave to charity or different things like that, well, now if you're audited, you can say all day, oh well, I didn't know what the preparer was putting on my return. The IRS unfortunately is still going to hold you responsible with penalties, interest, etc. Additionally, you need to make sure that you don't have any additional tax documents that are going to be coming in the mail. So I've seen where people have done credit repair and they have had debt canceled and they've gotten a 1099-C and they didn't know what to do with that and they thought they had to pay taxes on that when some of those people didn't have to pay taxes on the money because there are exceptions to the tax rule for 1099-Cs. So again, if you want to find someone that is qualified and you want to make sure that you have all of your documents, the IRS does have a directory where you can go online. It's the directory of credentialed preparers, and you can look up your preparer and see if they are listed on the IRS's website, which I am. So that means I've taken additional education requirements. I've gone through the rigorous process of making sure that the IRS knows who I am. I'm compliant with my taxes. They check your credit, they check your background. So there's a lot of things that are checked before you even can become an ERO. And to get that additional education just shows that you're going above and beyond to make sure that you and your clients are compliant with the IRS. If you have any questions, you can always leave your questions in the comments or you can email at info@howardtaxprep.com. I hope this video helps and I will talk to you soon.